Genesis chapter 10 through 11 overview. The rebellion at Babel and dispersion of nations. Genesis chapter 10. These are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The fact. This chapter is called the Table of Nations. It traces the 70 nations that descended from Noah's 3 sons after the flood. Japheth spread into the coastlands of the Gentiles. Ham fathered Cush, Mizraim, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. Nimrod, a mighty hunter and empire builder, came from Ham's line. Shem, the ancestor of Eber, from whom the Hebrews descend. The truth. God is the origin of all nations. Ethnic diversity was part of his design, but his covenant purposes would continue through Shem's line. The conclusion. God remains sovereign over history and nations. While men spread, God's redemptive line is preserved. Genesis chapter 11. Now the whole earth had one language and the same words. The fact. Mankind united to build a tower to the heavens in prideful defiance of God's command to fill the earth. The judgment. God confused their language and scattered them across the earth. The Tower of Babel. A symbol of rebellion, self-exaltation, and human-centered religion. The line of Shem continues to Abram, who will receive the promise and become the father of the faithful. The truth. God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. Unity without submission to God leads to judgment. The conclusion. Man's pride cannot thwart God's plan. His purpose to bless the world through the one man Abram is set in motion. Key themes across Genesis chapters 10 and 11. God is Lord over the nations. Every tribe and language descends from a single origin under God's rule. Sin still reigns in the heart. Even after judgment and new beginnings, man gravitates toward pride and rebellion. God disperses man to preserve his plan. Babel is not just judgment, it's a redirect. God's redemptive line is not through united rebellion, but humble obedience. God's call for us. Be part of God's plan by walking in humility and faith like Shem and Abram, not building your own kingdom like Nimrod and Babel. Conclusion. Genesis chapter 10 and 11 reveals that though people multiply and scatter, God's sovereign hand guides history toward his promise. Nations rise and fall, but one family will carry the blessing. That family begins with Abram, through whom all the families of the earth will be blessed. Coming up, Genesis chapters 12 through 25. The life of Abraham. Summary of Abraham's life in the book of Genesis. The call of faith. Genesis 12. The walk of obedience. Genesis 13 through 14. The covenant relationship. Genesis chapters 15 through 17. Abraham's testing and growth. Genesis chapters 18 through 22. Abraham's legacy and God's provision. Genesis chapters 23 through 25. Thanks for watching this video. May God bless you richly. Your brother in Christ, Dave Alloway. Please share this video with your friends.